Yo, what's good on today's video? I have the how to make a Game Pass gifting system. This video was requested to me a couple times. This is from, Battlegrounds games, the strongest Battlegrounds, Sorcerer's Battlegrounds, other Battlegrounds games, or just generally any other Roblox game that has like a Game Pass gifting system. Stuff I'm going to show you guys how you do it. You don't actually give away Game Passes, as that's not actually possible. I just want to clarify that. First thing first, you cannot actually give away Game Passes and stuff. That's not a thing. Like, the developer of the game can't give away Game Passes for free, nor are players able to actually gift Game Passes. I'm going to explain to you guys how we do it, because even though it's referred to as a Game Pass gifting system, you're actually using an alternative method to essentially quote unquote gift the Game Pass. You're not necessarily actually gifting it, if that makes sense, because that's just not possible at the moment, at least. Honestly, it's kind of surprising that Roblox doesn't have a way for you to like be able to. I still like don't understand why Roblox doesn't have a way for like players to just send I think it's because they don't want people to abuse it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay, so I'm good. So I'm not gonna let this video go take a little minute and stuff, because we got some UI to set up. Then the code is about like 120 lines for like total. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and knock out the UI. So of course we're gonna need a UI for a gift, for gifting system. So let's insert a screen GUI into starter GUI, and then you guys can go ahead and name it gift GUI, right? Then you can of course go ahead and disable reset on spawn. Now you're gonna want to disable the enabled property. Like, you don't want the UI to be enabled by default. But I'm just gonna leave this property enabled right now, simply because I want to show you guys the UI. Obviously, like, I'm setting it up, so I obviously need to be able to see it while I'm setting it up. But we're gonna disable it when we're done. So, or wait. Oh, so actually, hold on, sorry. No, keep it enabled. Keep it enabled. Forget what I said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forget what I said. Anyway, so we're gonna insert a I guess let's do UI first, then come back to the script. Okay, so we're gonna insert let's see, how do I want to do this? Okay, we're gonna insert a frame, right? We're gonna insert a frame. This is gonna be our main frame, so we're gonna call this gift frame. You can drag this to the middle of the screen, right? Then I'm gonna make this sizing like, I don't know, 3 or maybe like 400, like 400 and 400 by 300, or oh, whoa, okay, that is definitely way bigger than that. Pause. Big pause. But anyway, let's just do 400 by 400. Let's just no, let's do 400 by 400, 300. Okay, yeah. So I feel like maybe 500. I don't know. I just feel like it's not wide. There we go. Okay. So let's do it like this. Okay. So first things first, let me make the background color like a nice dark gray and stuff. You guys don't have to necessarily copy exactly what I'm doing and stuff. I'm just doing it just for customization, just so it looks a little better. So we have our gift frame here, right? So inside of the gift frame, I'm going to insert 2 number values. So first things first, let's go ahead. Let's insert a number value. For the first value, this is going to be called selected Game Pass. So we're going to call this selected Game Pass, right? Boom. And as the name implies, here's how we're going to be able to tell oh, sorry, not number value, string value, sorry. But you're gonna name it the same, so insert a string value. I'm sorry, guys. Like, honestly, I'm supposed to be going to sleep in 5 minutes. I'm kind of tired. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so we're gonna rename this to same name, selected Game Pass. By default, you're not gonna put anything for the value. You're gonna leave it blank. We're gonna set the value every time the player clicks on a Game Pass button. Then you can really duplicate this. So Control D while it's selected, and then just rename this to selected player. Boom. Right, once you have those values, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This is, how we know which Game Pass the player has selected, as well as which player they're selected to, gift the Game Pass to, right? Then inside of that frame, I'm going to insert a button, right? Insert a text button, and then this is going to be, we're going to rename this to gift. We're going to rename this to gift menu button, so that we can differentiate between this and the actual gift button. So this is how we actually open up the menu. So in Battlegrounds games, usually the icon is like in the top left of the screen. So let's just go ahead and put in the top left. We don't need a background, so we can make that transparent. So I'm gonna, of course, just put the keybind. So I'm just put G, rich text, scale the text. I'm gonna make the text color a nice bright red. Make it red and black, bold the text, and yeah. So I'm gonna leave it in the actually, yeah, I can leave it in the top left. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it in the top left, right? And then you can it's probably best for you to decrease the size, because it's like, keep in mind, this entire area is like the activation point. So like, if a person is clicking over here, they would still activate it. So of course you want to make sure that like the sizing is good. So it's like 50, maybe 40, or 35, maybe 30 perhaps. Okay, I think yeah, I think 40 is good. Yeah, we can work with 40. Okay, so there we go. We have our gift menu button. Here's how we're gonna. That's how we're gonna open the menu stuff, right? Hence why we put it inside of the main gift frame. So now I'm going to insert two scrolling frames. So first thing first, we have the first scrolling frame, right? Boom. We have, and then we have this, right? Actually no, before we do this, sorry, let's go ahead and knock out the text label. So instead of the gift frame, let's insert a, you're gonna want to insert a text label, just put it in the top. This is just your title text label, so just rename this to title, right? And then of course you're just simply just gonna put the instructions here. So let me go down here, let's do text scaled rich text. I'm gonna change the text to simply just select, just leave some instructions, I guess. Select a player alongside a Game Pass you wish to gift them. So you just put your little, instructions and stuff. Like I said, it's up to you guys to, put whatever you want. But that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna make the background red. I guess maybe I'll do the outline here too. And then we're gonna bold it. Definitely need like another color, like a white. Yeah, there we go. So just gonna leave that right there. And then we have our title text label. Then we can go back to the scrolling frame. Okay, so I'm just put this really like in the corner over here, right? Because we're gonna need two of these. So let me go ahead and size this. So maybe like 200 or like 170, or I mean like 150. Yeah, or no, let's do 160. Yes, I'm gonna go with 160 for mine, right? So I'm gonna do 160, and then I think we could do this. Yeah, we could do this like 200. Okay, there we go. So for this frame is going to be called our player list frame, and that doesn't even apply. This is going to be all the players in the server, because the way I set it up is so that you can donate a game pass to any player in the server, right? So then I'm gonna make the background, a little lighter shade of gray, right? And then so you're pretty much gonna have it as player list frame, right? And then all you're going to want to do is insert a UI grid layout, and then we're going to let this handle all the sizing and spacing of our buttons, because it's going to be text buttons, because we created text buttons via the script, since we have to get all the players in the server. So the UI grid layout properties are as follows. The cell size is 0, 140, and then 0 and 50. So boom, right there we go. We are good to go there. So then going back here, we finished with that frame. We could really duplicate it, so Control D, and then you can move it over to all the way to the right. This is going to be our Game Pass frame, so you're going to want to rename this to Game Pass frame. You're gonna need the UI grid layout, so you can leave it there. Then you're gonna insert your Game Pass buttons. So you're going to insert text button, right? And then you can rename it to Game Pass button, right? And then you can set the color and all that greatness. So I made my background color black. And then you're gonna put the name of the Game Pass. Now you need this to be very specific, because you need the names to match. Now, like, okay, let me clarify. Not the name of the Game Pass itself. You don't need that. You just need like, I'm gonna show you guys. In a second. Okay. So let's head on over to server storage and let's create it. I honestly probably should have did this like in order, but it doesn't matter. So let's head on over to server storage. We're gonna insert a folder, right? So insert a folder, right? And you're going to name said folder Game Pass folder. That's what we'll call it. So let's do Game Pass folder. Then you're going to want to insert a number value. This time it's the number value, right? And then you're going to simply call this, you're going to put the name of the Game Pass. So Game Pass 1. Now, you need the text for the button to match whatever the name of the number value is inside the Game Pass folder. Like, you guys see how it's Game Pass space 1, and here it's Game Pass space 1 for the name. You need those to match, because it's going to be looking for a value inside of the folder that matches the text, so they need to match exactly. So here you put your Game Pass ID. So I'm just go ahead. This is mine. I already made. So sorry, not your Game Pass ID. Your dev product ID. I'm sorry, your dev product ID. So if you don't know how to create a div product, I have a video on it, but it's really simple. You open up game settings, go to monetization, you go down here, and then just click create, set a price, give it a name, and boom. And then here's your ID, and there's your ID, right? So you can't use mine, by the way. You have to use your own. So yeah. So you would just do that, and then once you have a name, you would just put your ID into the value, and then bam, just like that, you're good. So I only have one game pass, or one, I guess. Okay, so damn, okay, I'm trying not to confuse people. Okay, so even though it does say Game Pass everywhere, like it says select the Game Pass 1, keep in mind we are selling a dev product because of course you want players to be able to gift as many players as they want to and stuff, not just not just like gifting, not just like gift one time. 'Cause if that was the case, then you could just use a regular game pass, but then that's wouldn't really make sense. So yeah, so we have our gift, so we have our game pass frame set up here. So you're gonna name this game pass, and then you could really name it specifically, so Game Pass 1 button, right? So we could really do Game Pass 1 button, and then like I said, you do all that. We could do the customization, boom, make this white. And we're gonna change the text so that we know, like the text color, so that we know which one is selected. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I could duplicate this. So you could just duplicate this, right? And then just, of course, just change this to Game Pass 2. You don't actually need a second one. I'm just doing this simply just to demonstrate to you guys that, like, oh, so like when you select one, then two will be unselected and vice versa. So yeah. So just like that, guys, we are. Oh, actually, sorry. No, we need one. One more thing actually. One more thing we gotta do. So we're gonna want to. Do I just want to? I think I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Yeah. So just copy and paste the gift menu button. So Control D. You want to drag that inside the gift frame, and then move that to like the middle. You want to move it to the middle. You definitely want to increase the size. You don't want it to be, like how it was before. So you want to do it like that, and then you're going to change the text to submit. This is that the players, click this so that they can, submit their request to gift the Game Pass. Let me increase the size. Okay. So maybe try like 180. But I'm trying to, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I do want a background for this. So like green, I guess. Or yeah, we do something like that. And then I can also decrease this. Yeah, there we go. So we could just like leave it in the middle and then, but since it's kind of close, so maybe like 160. Yeah, like 160 just to really get it. Yeah, keep it in the middle. So I'm gonna change the text color to black because it just looks kind of weird with like green and red. So yeah, so we're gonna do black. Then of course we want to brighten it up. So let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. So you just click the submit button to confirm you're locked in. Make sure you change the name of this to, this is just gift button, right? This is just gift button. So this is how you actually gift. And yeah, just like that, guys, we are done. So all you're gonna want to do is simply just disable the gift frame, like make it so that the gift frame is not visible. So then we are going to insert a local script into the, gift GUI. You're going to name this gift script, in parentheses put local. And then I'm going to delete print hello world. Right? And then I'm zooming a little. Anyway. So let's get into the actual scripting part, right? So first things first, of course, we're gonna need the gift remote event. So let's say local gift event is equal to game that replicated storage rate for child gift. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. We have not created a gift remote event. Okay, let's head on over to replicated storage, insert a remote event, and then we're going to rename this remote event gift event. So we have gift event, right? Then for the second variable, we're going to create a variable for the gift GUI. Let's say local gift GUI is equal to script.parent, right? Then, because remember the script is parent, the script should be directly parented to the to the UI. So then I'm gonna say gift GUI. I'm gonna set the first function. I'm gonna say gift GUI dot gift. Let's gift GUI dot gift. Let's go with the button. So gift GUI dot wait. Why is it? Oh, I don't know why it's like that. Okay. So the gift menu button should be inside of the gift GUI. I don't know why I did that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I'm not sure as to why. What in the world? Why did it do that? Okay, so it's visible here. But if I did, yeah, it was not supposed to be like this. Okay, hold on. Is it changing the position of it when I? No. Huh. That's weird. Okay, sorry guys. The gift menu button is supposed to be, it's actually supposed to be in like parented to the GUI, not to the frame. That is so weird. I'm trying to reset this. I want it back over here. All right, let me just reset it. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you want it inside of the UI. Inside of the UI, not inside of the frame, because you want to disable the frame, but still, be able to press on the button, right? So anyway, we're gonna go back to the script. So then here we're gonna say gift menu button. We're gonna say that mouse button, one click, connect function, close parentheses, enter, right? And then I'm going to, first things first, we're going to set it up so where if they click the button, it'll either close or open the menu. It doesn't really matter if it's open or not open or closed, it'll just do the opposite. So we're going to say gift UI.gift frame.visible is equal to not, and then the opposite of this. So Control C, Control V, right? Then I'm going to set up a for IV in pairs loop. This is so that we can populate the player list frame with all the players in the server. So we're going to say for I, comma v in pairs, game.players, get children, enter, and I'm going to say if not, gift UI.gift frame, player list frame, find first child, right? V dot name dot quotation marks text button. That's what we're going to name it. So enter, right? Then I'm going to create the player text button. I'm going to say local player text button is equal to instance.new. Then of course it's going to be a text button. We're going to parent this. We're going to go say gift UI dot gift frame dot player list frame. Then we're going to set a whole bunch of properties. So we're going to say player text button dot name is equal to v dot name, the player's name, and then of course dot quotation marks text button, so we know whose text button belongs to. Then I'm going to say player text button text is of course just equal to the name of the player, right? Then I'm gonna say player text button text scaled is equal to true. Player text button font face bold is equal to true. And player text button background color 3 is equal to color 3 new. I'm gonna say 1, 0, 0. We're going for that black look. Then red look. Then text stroke color 3 is equal to color 3 new. Then we'll put 1, 1, 1, right? Boom, boom. So white, right? Then I'm gonna set up a function. Inside of this function, I'm gonna say player text button mouse button one click connect function. This is pretty much when the player selects on a specific player to gift an item to. Enter. Then we're gonna set up a second for loop to clear out. I'm trying to think. What is the thing? I'm trying to think. Oh, this is to clear out any other, or not clear out, but like reset all the buttons text color so that it's the same. Because we're going to highlight the text button when a player has it selected, so that they know, like, okay, we have this selected. Let me say for I to v2 in pairs, gift UI dot gift frame, right? Player list frame, get children, enter. Same thing we did the first time. Only difference you're going to do if v2 is a text button, right? Then enter, you're going to say v2 dot text color 3 is equal to color 3 dot new 0, 0, 0, right? Then you're simply going to go after two ends. Then you're going to say player text button dot text color 3 is equal to color 3 dot new 1, 1, 0, right? So, like I said, we want to highlight it so it's like gold. Then we're going to say gift GUI dot gift frame dot selected player dot value is equal to player text button dot text. We need to update the value with whatever the player's name is. Then I'm gonna go after these three ends, and then I'm gonna set up a second for I loop. I'm gonna say for I be in pairs. I'm gonna say gift GUI dot gift frame dot Gamepass frame, right? I'm gonna say get children, or well, I tried at least. I'm gonna say get children, enter. I'm gonna say if v is a text button, right? Similar to what we did up there, then v dot mouse button one click connects function. close parentheses, enter. This is a little easier since this is dealing with Game Pass. So this is the Game Pass button. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna say 4i2 v2 and or actually, but yeah, let's just copy and paste to save ourselves some time. So you can really just copy and paste this part, yeah, like all this. So just Control C, Control V. You save ourselves some time. So same thing. Only difference is you want to go down here and you're gonna do V, right? V.text color, and then you're gonna change this to V. That's literally the only difference that you're gonna do, right? Then afterwards, we're going to set up the function for when players are actually ready to, gift. Because those first two functions is just for like selecting, whichever specific game veteran you're trying to gift, or whatever player you're trying to gift, or whoever player you're trying to gift it to, right? This is for when you actually, like submit, like go ahead and send the gift. So I'm gonna say gift UI dot gift frame dot gift button dot mouse button one click connect function, close parentheses, enter. Then you're gonna set a variable. You're gonna say local selected player is equal to gift UI dot gift frame dot selected player dot value. Then same thing. We could really just copy and paste this. So just Control C, Control V. Then just change the change the player from selected player to selected Game Pass, and just change this to selected Game Pass, right? Then once we've done that, we can go ahead and say if selected player is what's it called? Selected player is nil equal to just blank. That pretty much means that like they actually put a username in. It may not be a valid username. Well, I mean, either way, it should work regardless because you're not typing in a username. But this is just a way to just double check, right? So pretty much if selected player, and it's also to make sure it's not like firing. It's not firing the remote event like when a player only selected a player and then select the remote event, or vice versa. So we need to make sure that's not blank, as well as the vice versa. Select the game passes equal to just nothing, blank. And then enter, and then you're simply gonna say gift, not GUI gift event fire server in quotation marks. You're just gonna input gift, then comma. You're gonna send over the selected player as well as the selected game pass, right? Then we're going to set up the last function on the local script. We're going to say gift event. We're going to say gift event that on client event connect function in parentheses put event type comma arg1 short for argument number 1, right? So this is when players gift the game pass to another player, and then you guys have the message that pops up in chat like so and so has gifted so and so with said game pass. So we're simply going to say if event type is equal to in quotation marks gift message or announcement, whatever you want to call it. Then you're going to say local message is equal to argument 1 because we already sent the message. We already have the message typed up. We just have to deliver on the client side. So we're going to say game get service start with GUI. Then you're simply going to say set core, right? Then you're saying quotation marks chat make system message, right? Chat make system message. Then you're going to put a comma right here and then a special bracket, then enter. Then you're going to start setting your properties. So first we have the text, which is of course is equal to the message we sent over. Then you're going to put a semicolon, and then you're going to select your font. Font is equal to enum.font. I went with source sans bold, then semicolon, right? Then on to the next, we got the font size is equal to, of course, same thing, enum.font size. Then I went with size 18, so size 18, boom, semicolon, and lastly we're gonna set the color. The color is equal to color3.new, color3.new 1,1,0. Right, that's simple. And just like that, guys, we have, let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. Just like that, guys, we have finished the local script. Now onto the server script, which the server script has pretty much the same amount of lines as what we just did. So I feel like it shouldn't take as long though. So let's go ahead and insert a server script into the server script service, and then we can go ahead and rename the script to gift script and in parentheses put server, right? Then we can go ahead and delete print hello world. We go to create some variables. First, let's get the marketplace service. So we're going to say local MPS is equal to game get service in quotation marks. We're going to put marketplace service, right? I didn't mention the whole thing about how you need I'm pretty sure I did mention it, but like the whole thing about how you need to create a dev product and stuff. I don't know if I mentioned. Well, no, I did mention that, but yeah, make sure you guys create a dev product because that's what we're selling essentially. And then you're also gonna need to enable data stores. So if you don't know how to do that, home, game settings, security, enables you to access the API services, and then save, publish, and yeah, you should be good to go. Right, and the data, like the way I'm like saving the data and loading the data, I did it to save time. Like I saved myself probably like about 40-50 lines instead of doing it the normal way I usually do it. If you want to see the full video on like how to actually like save data, like efficiently and make sure it's saved, double check and all that, watch one of my data store videos and stuff. But yeah, then we're gonna create a variable for the data store. So we're gonna say local owned Game Pass data store equal to game get service data store service get data store quotation marks, same thing. Just go ahead and copy and paste this. Control C, Control V. Then for our third variable, we are going to get the gift remote event. We can really just copy that from the local script. So if we just scroll all the way to the top, Control C, Control V, and lastly for the last variable, we're going to get the Game Pass folder, which is inside of server storage. So local Game Pass folder is equal to game.server storage, wait for child, Game Pass folder, and boom. Now that you have our variable set, we're going to make 3 different functions. First, we have data loading / creation. So we're going to say game.players, that's player added, connect function, right? Then in parentheses, you're going to put PLR for the player, enter. And then you're going to simply say local owned. You're going to create a folder. So local owned Game Pass folder is equal to instance.new in quotation marks put folder parent is the player as the name applies. This folder is going to be used to keep track of whether or not a player owns a Game Pass, right? Stuff. So we're going to say owned Game Pass folder. Sorry, not .value. .name is of course same thing. Owned Game Pass folder. I'm not sure why I capitalized the B, but yeah. So on Game Pass folder, then we're gonna set up the second value. So we can really let's copy and paste this. Like I'm all for saving time, So let's just copy and paste that, and then just change this to own Game Pass 1. You'd put the name of your Game Pass. So for me, it's own Game Pass 1. So boom, change that to a bool value because it's a true or false. Then make sure it's parented to the own Game Pass folder, and you just do this for however many Game Passes you have, right? That are able to be gifted. So then for the name, on Game Pass 1, boom. And then now for the name, like I said, this is what's important. You need this to match up with this. So as you guys can see, there's no space here. There's a space there. So what we need to do is bam, put a space. That's simple, right? For the name. So then we're gonna say on Game Pass 1, that value by default is of course equal to false, right? Because the player has to, either be gifted it or has to buy it themselves. So then set up a key. So I'm gonna say local key. I like to use the player's user ID. So player.user ID. Then I'm set up the data. So local data is equal to own Game Pass data store. Get a sync. Throw the key in there. Then you're gonna say if data. Then own Game Pass 1 dot value is equal to data regular bracket 1. Right. Then we're gonna set up the second function. This is for when you're leaving. So, yeah, I'd say we could copy and paste this. So let's just Control C, Control V, even though it's different. So change this to player removing, right? You want to change that to player removing. You want to change this to data table. And of course, you can delete the whole thing. Boom, special brackets. We're creating a table, data table. And then of course, you're going to create the key again. So local key is equal to player.user ID. And then you guys can really just delete this whole part right there, right? Then you can really just delete the if statement too. So we can simply just use a for loop. Honestly, this is me using this for the first time. So I'm gonna say for I, comma v in pairs, right? Then I'm gonna simply just say player dot owned Game Pass folder get children, boom, right? Close parentheses, enter. And then I'm gonna say table dot insert data table, comma v dot value, right? This is going to get all of the values we have in there. And then lastly on the outside of the loop, we're going to say own Game Pass data store, set async, throw the key in there, and throw the data table. And boom, see that we are done with the first 2 functions, and we are actually halfway done. Let me just double check. Okay, we're halfway done. So now we're just simply going to say gift event server event connect function in parentheses put PLR for player, comma event type, comma arg1, comma arg2 short for argument number 1 and argument number 2. Now we're simply just going to check to make sure. We're just going to run through a couple of prerequisite checks. First, we need to of course make sure that what's it called? First, you need to make sure that the player is still currently in the server. Secondly, we need to we need to make sure they don't already own it. So let me create some variables. First thing first, we have the local selected player name. So that's argument number one, and then local selected selected game pass, which is argument number two, right? Then we create a third variable. I'm gonna say we're gonna get the selected player. So we're gonna say local selected player is equal to game dot players find first child selected player name, right? Then I'm gonna set up an if statement. So we're gonna simply just say if not, or something's gonna say if not selected player, which means that the player was not found inside the server. Stuff, in other words, they left pretty much, right? Or selected player that owned Game Pass folder in regular brackets, and then put quotation marks. You can put owned, and then outside you're gonna put dot 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 selected Game Pass. Then on the outside put dot value, and then you're simply gonna say it's equal to true. This is pretty much just making sure that the player. Wait. Oh yeah, and then you're gonna put return, which means it'll just stop. Everything will just stop. This is just to make sure the player is confirmed the player is still in the server and that they don't already own the Game Pass, because it wouldn't make sense to try to gift somebody something they already have access to. Then I'm gonna set up a for loop. I'm gonna say for I, v in pairs. I'm gonna say Game Pass folder get children enter. You're gonna say if v.name is equal to selected Game Pass, then enter, right? Then you're gonna use the marketplace service, which is MPS for short, MPS. Then you're gonna, okay, pay attention, please guys, pay attention. Not prompt Game Pass, like I said, this is a developer product. So prompt product purchase, not prompt Game Pass purchase or anything else. Then of course you're going to, then don't get confused guys. You're prompting the purchase to the player who's trying to gift it. They are the ones paying for it. So you're gonna say, you're gonna prompt it to the player, right? Then comma v.value, which is of course the Game Pass ID, which will be the value of whatever Game Pass you selected. So for me, it would be here, this value, right? Then you're gonna go after the for loop. It's a very short loop. Then you're gonna go right after, and then you're gonna set up an if statement. I'm sorry, not an if statement. You're gonna set up a function. This is for when players purchase it, and then you're gonna send the message. You're gonna send the message as well as give the player access to whatever they're supposed to have access to. So we're gonna say mps dot prompt. So this is a long one, prompt product purchase for. I think it's like the longest built-in function I've ever used. So then you're gonna say connect function, right? And in parentheses, you're going to in parentheses you can put user ID, product ID, and lastly is purchased. I'm just putting. I don't plan to really use all this. I'm just showing you guys like what each thing is for. Stuff. This is the user ID of whoever bought it, or whoever tried to buy it, I should say, or was prompted with it. And this is the, of course, product ID, and then this will tell you whether or not if a player bought it or not. This will return true if they bought it and false if they did not buy it. It has like about a 2-3 second delay, by the way. I'm gonna say if player.user ID, of course, we need to double check, we need to confirm that this is like the right one. So we're gonna say if player.user ID is we're gonna say if player.user ID is equal to user ID, no, sorry, not user settings, user ID, right? Player.user ID is equal to user ID and is purchased is equal to true. Enter, and then you're gonna set if statement, you're gonna say if selected player dot owns Game Pass, or actually, yeah, it's the same thing. Actually, hold on. Go up and copy and paste this. Actually, copy and paste this. So Control C, and then just paste that. Boom. Right. You can choose, then enter, and you're gonna say return. So they pretty much explain this. So for some odd reason, this function actually runs twice. It doesn't run once. It runs twice. So it would be an issue because it would cause the message where it tells you like, oh, congrats, so and so has gifted this person. It would send that message twice. So to prevent that, we're gonna use an if statement to check if the player's value has already been set to true. So with that being said, we're going to go after the if statement, and then I'm going to say select player dot owned Game Pass folder, regular brackets, quotation marks, right? Then you're gonna put owned dot dot dot. Then you're gonna put selected Game Pass dot value is equal to true. Guess that equal to true, right? Then you're simply going to say gift event, fire all clients, in quotation marks, put gift message, then comma, and now we're going to create the message. This is literally the last thing we're doing. So you're gonna put quotation marks, you're gonna put regular brackets, and you're gonna just put, server. It's optional if you want to do it like this, but yeah. So I'm gonna just put server, put a space, go to the outside, dot dot dot, then you're gonna put player dot name, player dot name, dot dot dot, quotation marks, space, as gifted. Alright, then you're gonna put a space at the end, dot dot dot, as gifted, selected Game Pass, the name of the Game Pass, dot dot dot, quotation marks, space, to space, dot dot dot, right? And lastly, selected player name. So they know who gifted who. Now we can go ahead and test to make sure this works. As always, if you guys want access to any of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. And yeah, let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works. Okay, so I don't know why Studio's been doing that. Also, did y'all notice this? This is so cool. I don't know. I just like it. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I like this, but it's cool. Okay, so I kind of have to disable chat for a second so I can, it's ironic how I have to disable it to then re-enable it. But anyway, so as you can see, we have my name right here. For the button, right, we have my name, we have the Game Pass. So let's go ahead and open up the value. So boom. Okay, so if I click my name, you guys see how it highlights my name now, and then Game Pass, and then you guys, I see there was an issue with copying and pasting. Okay, so there is clearly an issue. Hold on. Let's go back to the local script. That's like the one bad thing about copying and pasting, is that stuff like that will in fact happen. Wait, so, oh yeah, here we go. So GIF. Wait, no, wrong thing. Okay, so gift. Yeah, this is gift. Okay, so I actually forgot to change this. So not selected player, selected Game Pass. So first things first, selected Game Pass. And the color, gift frame. Oh, right, yeah, right here. So changes from player list frame to Game Pass frame, right? And yeah, there we go. Okay, everything should be good. So there, just fix those two issues. Okay, now this is why I test them at the end of all my videos now. Okay, so we open up the menu, boom, just double check. Okay, no duplicates. All right, perfect. Okay, so yeah, everything's working now. You guys see, I can only select one at a time. I am not opening the UI, that's gonna take forever, but you guys get the point. Okay, so if we go to own Game Pass, you guys see I do not currently own it. So if I click submit, it's going to prompt me with the name of my product. So test product is a test purchase, so you guys don't have to worry about being charged. You can test as much as you want in Studio. Just keep that in mind, in Studio, right? So if I cancel, nothing will happen. The value won't change, nothing will happen. Now if I submit again, then I pay for it, your purchase was a success, wait for it, boom, there you go. So you guys see right here, how it's now a check mark, and right here it says server set Spy19 has gifted Game Pass 1 to Spy19. Now, if I click submit and I try again, nothing will happen, right? As you can see, nothing is happening, right? Because I already own it. According to this, I already own the Game Pass and stuff. So that's how it pretty much works. And then, of course, I have a video to see, check if a player already owns the Game Pass and stuff. So pretty much, so say if you have a character where the character can only get access if people have a Game Pass, what you need to do is put an and. You need to say, if... Now, this isn't obviously how you would actually write it. I'm just showing you guys as an example. You would say, user owns. Oh, actually, no, I actually can't do it. Okay. So, you would put the player's user ID. So you would put, player.user ID or player.own Game Pass folder Game Pass 1 values equal to true. So yeah, that's how you do it. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely like, subscribe. Thank you for all the love and support you guys been showing all my videos. Really do appreciate and stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want a part 2, updated, it's improved, better, and all that, I got you. All you gotta do is just show the video lots of love, and I got you. If you find any bugs or anything, just let me know in the comments, and I got you. If you need help, join my Discord server. Link can be found in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.